are going. Yep, we just got the live message. Let's go there. Let's go here. It's going to make me watch commercials. I don't know what any of this is. Wow, this is long commercials. These are like minute-long commercials. Get this posted. Copied over here. Streams and videos. All right, everything is up. I think we are just getting stuff posted. Make sure the audio is working. Yep, it is. And I guess we could turn the camera on. What am I doing? This. All right. Camera's on. We are rocking and rolling. About a minute and a half into this. And I think we'll just give it a second here and see if anybody hops in, and then we'll get started. So it is actually, one more place I can post this. What am I doing? I'm going to go here. And we're going to go here, and we're going to go here. All right, post that there. And I think that's everything. Yep, I think we're good. I think we are good. I think we are ready to go. Hey, Breeze, what's up, man? How are you tonight? Ow. You have a good weekend? That's the first question I always ask you when you come in. Did you have a good weekend? Actually, I'm going to put this water over here because I will knock it over onto this other computer. Me personally, my wife and I did a lot of garage cleaning yesterday. Boring weekend. I had to clean my garage. We have a 2.5 car garage that for the last year we've been able to fit one car in because of all the crap in our garage. So we spent this weekend organizing and moving stuff around, and I'll finally be able to get my car in the garage, I think, by the end of this week. So I'm very excited about that. And then today I mowed the lawn for the last time. So no, it wasn't an exciting weekend, but it was stuff that needed to be done. And then I watched football all day. So that was my weekend. You've been planning to delete other leagues like KBO on your save, but you don't know if it's possible without creating a new save. Do you mean, like, is it slowing down your sim? Is that what you're talking about? Because the more leagues you have, the slower it sims. Is that what you're talking about? I don't know that. Yeah, actually, in fact, you can. If you go into commissioner mode, I believe, if you go into commissioner mode, and then you go to league settings, you should be able to, yeah. So I don't know. I think if you delete the league, like if you came in here and you found the league that you were looking for, and you deleted it, it would delete all the teams and everything, but all the players would become free agents. So I don't know that you can do it without, like, I don't know that you could just delete it. If you wanted to delete them and then have the players be free agents, then I think you could do it that way. But I don't think that you can just delete the league and all of the players once you've started the I think all you have to do is just go into commissioner mode, then pull up the league that you're trying to delete. Like, I only have Major League Baseball in this one, but with one of my other leagues, you would just go into it and you would just delete the league at that point. But make sure you have this changed. Make sure you have this set to the league you want to delete. If you have this set on Major League Baseball and you delete it, you're going to delete the Major League Baseball. So don't do that. All right, so we are done with. We finished year 3. Yeah, we finished year 3. So we started. I did a live start after the 2021 season, so that I didn't have to go through the 2020 draft and you know have you guys watch me draft Jack Leiter and all those players again. So we took over after 2021. 62 and 100 in our first year, 56 and 106 last year, and then this past season, 74 and 88. So actual real improvement, real growth. Again, for those of you who are new to the stream or new to the channel or new to the Let's Play, the only way I can acquire players for this team is via first-year player draft, the Rule 5 draft, or if my scout finds... Can I go back? Yeah. Or if my scout finds somebody. I can't make any trades. I can't sign any free agents. So first-year player draft, Rule 5 draft, scouting discoveries, and that is it. And we'll take a look at some of the players before we move forward. But yeah, Breeze. So first thing, obviously, go into commissioner mode. And then go to MLB, league settings. Make sure this is set on whatever league you want to delete. Go to league settings and then just click delete this league, and it will delete all of the teams, and then the players will get dumped into free agency. So that's it. All right. So yeah, so we don't have a lot to do in the off season in these episodes. You're very welcome. We don't have a lot to do in these off season episodes because really it's just arbitration plus the Rule 5, and then we move on to the following season. So there's not a whole hell of a lot to do. We do have a couple of players who have, I guess, taken advantage of the random talent bump and, to our advantage, the first being Josh Eckness. He was our 29th round pick back in 2022, so the second to last pick we made 2 years ago, and he's the number 2 prospect in baseball right now. You can see his ratings just peaked. His overall dipped a little bit. It's leveled out, as has his movement and control over the last 4 or 5 months. But his stuff was a 35. That can't be. Oh, it's overall. So his stuff potential was a 50 when we drafted him. It's now a 100. So he'll be up next season. Emiliano Teodo was actually with the team when we took over. He's another one who's seen just constant growth since the beginning. Jack D'Onofrio was our 4th round pick a year ago, and he's already in AAA. And if the development continues, he'll be on the big league team next season. You can see last year he hit 41 home runs in 3 different minor league stops last year. Jack Leiter, obviously the number 1 pick of the Rangers in 2021. He'll be up this year as well. He's had a pretty solid minor league record. And then we have just a crap ton of 2.5 and 3-star players in our system. You can see our AA team is chock full of 2.5 star players, as is our high A ball team. This is just crazy. Elijah Green was our number 1 pick, not this past year, but the year before. He's coming along nicely as well. Joey Spence was our number 1 pick this past season, so if you guys didn't watch the last episode, I just gave it away. He was our number 1 pick last year. He was the number 1 overall pick. He was the best of the bunch. The contact isn't great. It has increased a little bit since we drafted him, but he looks to be a high power on high on base percentage and decent catcher ability. And actually one of our owner goals is to improve our catching situation. So Christian Little was our number 1 pick in 2023. He's coming along slowly. High A ball, put up an ERA of over 5 last year, so not great, but he's still young. He's still coming along. And basically my strategy has been to disable the promotion of anybody who is 2.5 stars or higher who looks even remotely intriguing, and taking control of their development. And so far, it has worked out. Joey Spence, what did I say? Did I say something else? Hey, Random Task, what's up? Joey Spence. Did I? Anyway, yes, Joey Spence was our number 1 pick last season. Christian Little was 2 years ago. Elijah Green was 2022. So that's where we are. So Oh, you're okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of boring stuff offline. Like I offered contracts to all of our minor league coaches and stuff offline because that's boring. Yeah. All right. So we have to sign some people. So Jose Leclerc, do we want to? He's not interested, and we can't trade him. Actually, yeah, I don't think we can trade him because he's a pending free agent, right? So we're just gonna lose Leclerc, which is a shame. So that's, I guess, live and learn. Like that's one of the things that I should be paying attention. One of the things I should be paying attention to is when somebody's contract is ready to expire and are they interested in re-signing? Because if they're not, all we can do is either release them or try to trade them for cash. And we probably could have gotten something for Leclerc. That's fine though. It is what it is. So. John King only wants $1 million for what he's given us. He is well worth it. And we'll go ahead and offer ARB to, I think, probably everybody just to be safe. We have the money to do. He's not interested in discussing. Oops, not what I wanted to do. And we did actually, some bad news. Our fan loyalty actually dropped. To a below average from average. So that's going to hurt our budget going forward. And stop one, you're doing a Ranger playthrough right now and later became an animal. You love the random talent bumps. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So this obviously is a little bit unique in that, we can't sign anybody. So the random talent bumps are really going to kind of make or break us. And we got really, really lucky right off the bat with Eckness. So hopefully that helps us there. He's not interested. Darwin's in Hernandez. Wow, look at how much Hernandez wants. $9 million. All right, can we sign him? Is he interested in a long-term deal? I mean, what else are we going to spend the money on, right? No, it's $140 million. He is. Okay. So he's 27. This takes him till he's 31. 4 years, $45 million. That works for me. I'm good with that. We should get a fan interest bump with that one as well. Guzman, is he interested in talking? He is. 3.6 was what he wanted. So we'll offer him 3.4. And normally, I mean, someone like Ronald Guzman is somebody I probably, if this was a real, if we were able to sign people and trade people and stuff, I probably wouldn't re-sign him. But given that, we're still in a position where we need bodies, I think it probably makes sense to re-sign him. Any of the minor league guys we want to bring back. I think all these guys that are just minor league free agents, I think it makes sense just to sign them. I mean, you can never have too much depth. I don't need to sign the 26-year-old in rookie ball, though, I don't think. Wanderson Charles will sign him to he doesn't want to come back on a minor league contract, so he'll likely go. All right, so that's it in terms of ARB-eligible players. I don't think that there's anything else that we need to do. Next year, we're going to have Teodo, Eckness, and at least Leiter. We're still lacking in offensive talent from a young player perspective. We got a couple players who are coming along, like Joey Spence and Elijah Green, but they're still a couple years away. D'Onofrio is really the only offensive talent we have. We're going to have to rely on the Rule 5, I think, for a lot of that. Helio Ramos, we picked up in the Rule 5 last year, and he was terrific. So I think, and Cole Rederer, we picked him up in the Rule 5. He was really good as well. So I think the Rule 5 is going to be sort of our ticket to improving the offense in the short term while we develop our Ecknesses and our Leiters and our Christian Littles and players like that. So we're just going to submit. It's going to stop a whole bunch because there were I had to re-sign 30 coaches, so it's going to take a second. You can see the Philadelphia Phillies beat the Red Sox in the World Series. It's not where I wanted to go. Playoff tree. Phillies beat the Red Sox, so See the playoff teams there: Kansas City, Minnesota, Red Sox, Indians, Astros, Phillies, Brewers, Giants, Braves, Dodgers. And the Phillies beat the Brewers, Red Sox beat the Astros, Phillies beat the Red Sox. And for those of you who are new to the stream or haven't been haven't seen any of the Let's Play yet, the entire series is on the GM Games YouTube channel. So if you want to check out other episodes, because I do the live stream every Sunday, and then I do a second video that I post to their channel on Wednesdays. So you can see what we did last time. And then I have my own YouTube channel, which I'll just throw in chat here, where I've got my own out-of-the-park baseball stuff going on. I've got some franchise hockey manager and some Madden and some other stuff. So, but yeah, if you want to watch this in full, you just need to go to the GM Games YouTube channel, and the whole thing is there. All right, so we signed King, we signed Tavares, we signed Guzman, we signed Hernandez. We got a fan bump for Darwin's and Hernandez, which is nice. What is it up to? 51. All right, so we're still hanging in the 50s, which isn't great, but what? SB and Patrick are Boston, and Squidward looking out window at SpongeBob and Patrick mean, but SB and Patrick are Boston and Aaron is Squidward. I don't. Okay, so you're saying that I'm. Okay, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're getting at. Yes, the Phillies and the Red Sox were in the World Series. So Gold Glove winners. Sam Huff wins the Gold Glove. Is that his second? No, that's his first. We have had a handful of Gold Glove winners in our time, but that's been about the extent of the awards that we've had. I should be able to give you the ability to do that. I don't know how, but let me see. Can I do that? Can I do that? Nope. I can block you and report you. I can time you out. That might be fun. Breeze, I'm just going to play this like I do all of my other Let's Plays. It just, with them being as bad as they were, it didn't make a whole lot of sense to spend too much time dissecting the lineup and the rotation and stuff. How did Hernandez not win the reliever of the year? Are you kidding? 7-4, 17 saves, 113 strikeouts in 93 innings. Hernandez was 3-4, 28 saves. Oh, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know how to. Because obviously I'm a moderator in the chat because I'm the only one here. So I assume, can I do it? Mod view, chat settings. No, I mean, I manage the team. I don't know what you mean by, oh, I've never been in mod view before. This is interesting. Your link did get blocked. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. Hold on. Random task. Yes, your link got blocked. Can I... For creating the league, I always choose GM and manager. Yeah, I always choose GM and manager for that instance, Breeze. How do I do this? Quick whisper. Yeah, I play as both manager and GM. Yeah. Block, gift a sub. No. I don't know. Chris wants me to start gifting subs to people. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I saw the message. I mean, I haven't seen the message, but I saw the message. I'll take a look at it later. Yeah, I play in both GM and coach mode just because I want to set the lineups myself. Platinum Stick Award winners. I don't think we had anybody there. No, Jaron Duran. Wow, he turned really good in this sim. NL Bellinger again. Let's keep moving. I don't know how to get myself out of mod mode. don't know how to do it. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. I don't know how to get out of it now. It's like when you tell a joke and have to. I guess you're comparing me to looking at two teams in the World Series, like I'm Squidward looking at SpongeBob and Patrick, I assume. So we had the Rookie of the Year. That's nice. Helio Ramos won the Rookie of the Year, so that's our first for us. Alex Cora, Manager of the Year in the AL Pitcher of the Year, Shane Bieber, and Vlad Guerrero wins the MVP. Let's go to free agent signings and just ban all of you. So I don't want to ban anybody. That's the thing. I just don't know. I don't know how to. I know there's a way to allow somebody to post links. I just don't have any idea how to do it. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I just don't know how to get out of. I don't know how to get out of. I don't know how to get out of this mode. Whatever. It's not a big deal, I guess. All right, it's not a big deal. Just gonna have to remind myself to look in a different spot at chat. So let's look at all the players we can't sign. See if there are any. Yeah. Okay. That's where it gets tough, right? We need young talent. We need, there you go. But we can't sign anybody. All right. San Diego talking to Clayton Kershaw. All right, let's sim up to the Rule 5 because we can't do anything otherwise. Sure. No, absolutely, Random Task. That makes sense. If a GM literally only drafted to acquire players, it would be, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It would be, they would be terminated without question, 100% without question. Thankfully, I have myself set on, can't be fired, so it shouldn't be an issue. Is there anybody that we want to put, hey, there's your boy, anybody we want to put on the 40-man who isn't, or anybody that is on the 40-man that needs to come off? I think one of the things I was thinking about was trying to trade Pozo for cash and then calling up Matt Watley to be our backup catcher. So let's try that. Let's see if anybody is interested in picking him up. Maybe as a depth option. Let's look at all the win now teams and see if any of them have the need for a catcher. Let's just try to sell him to a team that has a lot of money. Let's do that instead. Start with Arizona. Or, that's not Arizona, that's Atlanta. Will you give me $1 million for him? That's $10 million. He needs more time. All right, what about 775? Oops. All right. Well, he's gonna let us know. So is there anybody we want to put on the 40-man? I think it's time to take Yanni Hernandez off of the 40-man and put Luis Angel Acuna on there. I don't care about either of those players. There's nobody down here. Nobody in AAA except for Watley, who we already put there. All right, time for the Rule 5. After factory resetting your laptop, well, sure. Can you remove the player development budget limit? I don't know. If I go into commissioner mode, does it let me... It doesn't look like it. It does not. Where would it be? If I could. This happened at the beginning of last year. I forgot to mention this. The bump for minimum service years went up an extra year. So if that, so we'll be able to keep our players for an extra year. So that's awesome. I forgot to mention that. I don't see anything that allows me to change it. Yeah, I mean, league settings is where it would make the most sense, but I'm not seeing anything. It should be under. If it was anywhere, it would be under financials, and I just don't see it. So I can change the maximum cash. Basic. You can increase the baselines, but you can't increase the maximums. Yeah, at least it doesn't look like you can. If somebody's in chat and knows if you can, let me know. $42 million in budget space hurt you physically. Yeah, I mean, we could spend some of it. And I certainly could spend some of it. We signed Hernandez and Kiner Falefa long term. Is there anybody else that we want to try to sign long term? I mean, there really isn't right now. That's sort of the problem. Maybe Jung. So he wants 4, 6, and 7, 5. Let's see if he's interested in like a 5-year deal. And it's a lot of money, but 16.5. I mean, there's some money right there. So we can sign Josh Jung to, sure, a 6-year, $64 million contract. So we'll have Hernandez, Kiner Falefa, and Jung locked up long-term while we wait for our pitchers to come up. Helio Ramos still has a couple of years before... Probably next year, if he has another season like he did this year, probably next year we can talk about signing him long-term. So Guzman's up after next season. All right. Because we don't have anybody who's up after this season. I want to avoid losing players for nothing if we can help it. So, no, it literally doesn't matter. We just need to make sure that money is off the books when we need to sign the players that we actually want, right? I mean, that's the big problem. All right, so we're picking 9th. So let's just go. All right. Joe Adell. Joe Adell is on is in the Rule 5. There's some decent offensive options in here. Alex DeJesus. He's really good. I mean, right off the bat, I'm thinking about taking DeJesus and Adell if they're both available. Yeah, because it's hitting that we need. And if there is no DH, we lost our DH this year. So if we pick up Adell, he becomes our starting center fielder, and Taveras goes to the bench. And we run with Retterer, Adell, and Helio Ramos, which I don't think is all that bad, really. If we get Alex DeJesus, maybe we train him up at first, because Vientos was really, really bad last year, and Guzman isn't much longer for the team. Or maybe we train Jung up at first because DeJesus is better at third. I think that's probably the plan. So the question is, who do we take first and run the risk of the other player not being there? I feel like... What do you guys think? What do you think? Does it make more sense to go after Adell, who's pretty much capped? This is what he is. Decent starting outfielder. Didn't play well last year at all. Would be better than what we currently have. Or do we go more prospecty with Alex DeJesus? Make him our starting third baseman, move Jung over to first. I think those are the two options right now, unless there's somebody else here that... Ramos isn't bad, unless there's somebody else that is significantly better. Canario's probably a better hitter, but not as good defensively. Just want to scroll through the rest of these 2.5-star guys and see if we see anything. I think I'm leaning towards Adell. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think at this point we're past the point of tanking for the sake of tanking. We're at a point where it's what can we do to make us better because we've got some of that young talent starting to come up. So yes, I would agree that yes, it is to get better. To me, I feel like, I mean, chances are they're both going to be available. Chances are the AI is not going to take either of them. But I'm leaning towards Adele as my starting center fielder, and then if DeJesus is there next round, taking him. I think that's what I'm probably going to do here. Bellicose Nolan Gorman? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it is. He hasn't developed quite like, and they made him a second baseman. Hasn't developed like he has in other playthroughs. I've seen him turn into a really really good player, but he's not all that great here. Not all that great here. He hit 210 in AAA. You'd go prospects, so you'd go with DeJesus. All right, we'll go with DeJesus. Alex DeJesus. We'll make him our starting third baseman. We'll make Jung our first baseman. Oh, freaking right. Right. All right, so who is going to come off of the 40-man? We should wait on Poza. Well, we can't because we're going to want to draft multiple players here. So my guess as a two-star catcher is he's probably not going to get claimed. So whatever. Go ahead. Sanders, I mean, as a reliever, he's probably not terrible. I think Nova, we can probably DFA at this point. Let's try to trade JP Martinez for cash. Did I just reference bat? Well, if somebody hits, if a 23-year-old or 24-year-old hits 210 in AA, yes, I'm going to reference batting average as a way to explain why he's not good. I mean, I'm sure his other stats weren't exactly lights out. You know what I mean? Not quite listening. 775. Need more time. Yuck. I have a feeling I'm just going to have to DFA these guys. Yeah. I'm surprised that you can't sell players for like anything. All right, that's fine. I don't care. We're at a point where we can start Old man has hot Yes. You want to look at Nolan Gorman? That's fine. Let's dissect Nolan Gorman, shall we? So in 2022, as a 22-year-old in AAA, he put up a slash line of 210, 283, 322. He put up an OPS of 605 and an OPS plus of 63. You're right, though. The 210 batting average doesn't in any way, shape, or form explain how bad he was in AAA. You are absolutely 100% correct. And as a 24-year-old in AA this past season, he put up less than a 100 OPS plus, which means he was below average for even AA. So there you go. All right, we're good now. Yeah, I was just hoping that, I mean, it's, I don't know, it's $500,000 for a fourth outfielder doesn't seem like a terrible deal, but whatever. His time with us is, I mean, we have to cut a couple people. We have to DFA a couple people. We have no choice at this point. Vientos isn't as good as Terry. Sanders, probably not terrible as a reliever, though. Slayton, I want the depth. Seiss is going to be up this year. Yeah, I think we DFA Nova, and we start with 38, and that way we can at least look at the two players I was talking about. So, DeJesus. I should rescue him from being blocked by Arenado because it's the right thing to do. I mean, I could. I would. I don't know what I would do with him though. I don't know what I would do with him though. That's sort of the problem. He's not. I mean, generates excellent raw power. He's adequate defensively, decent hands that allow him to catch what's hit right at him. Yeah, he's actually gotten worse over the last year or so. So I think I'm going to take a pass on Nolan Gorman, to be completely honest with you. Gorman is to that home run power. Yes, I know. I get it. Excuse me. Brian Ramos isn't terrible. Well, those are pretty good ratings against lefties. But Adele has a home. Like if I draft Joe Adele, he becomes our starting center fielder. If I draft Ramos, he's probably a better hitter, but what do I do with him? Because he's not going to play ahead of DeJesus or Jung. He's not going to play in front of, he could, I guess, play in front of Aranda at second, but we love Jonathan Aranda around here, so I don't know that taking his bat out of the lineup is the right thing to do. I think I'm going to stick with my gut. We'll take Adele, and then we'll swing back around in the third round and see. Because I'm sure... Oh, okay, so he's gone. All right. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Anything? Do we want to... if we look at our lineup, the only positions I think we are set at right now, and I wouldn't even consider us set, but the only positions that we have, moderate talent at, second, short, basically our infield. And I guess technically Ramos, he is the reigning rookie of the year. We've got O'Neal Cruz, who can play pretty much every position at this point. I've trained him up quite a bit here over the last couple of years, so he's going to be a pretty valuable backup for us. Vientos will probably start in AAA. Bubba Thompson will be our backup center fielder. So, I guess we could use a backup middle infielder, a backup second baseman / shortstop. Cruz, his range doesn't really let him play second and short all that well, although he can play there in an emergency. So maybe a backup, have Ramos pitch so you can get the bat in the lineup. Yeah, I guess I could do that. I could train him up as a relief pitcher. There's Ramos. He's still there. But again, he's only first and third, which doesn't really help me. Bonacci with the Red Sox. Bracho is terrible defensively. Maybe we take Nolan Gorman just for shits and giggles. He can play second base, sort of. Luis Garcia. I think Garcia is our man. He can play second and short. He can back up at both middle infield positions. He's got some speed. The bat's good enough. Let's see if there's anybody else. But right now, I think it's Luis Garcia, the designated pitcher. How would that work? Technically, aren't all pitchers designated pitchers? Like, they can't play multiple positions. Noelvi Marte. He's no good, though. They can't really play multiple positions, right? So, I guess technically he would be a designated pitcher either way. Milcar Perez, Alejandro Pie. That's good defense, 90 defense. Yeah, not a lot of great D. So I think I'm going to take Garcia. It's only 22. No, that was the wrong Garcia. Where was it? No, it was this guy, right? It was Luis Garcia. I was looking at Eduardo. So Luis Garcia. I got to cut somebody else. This is, I guess, the problem when you have, 42.5-star players. There's a shortstop named Cameron James with some pop. Let's look at Cameron James. 24 years old. Doesn't have terrible splits. His range is pretty good. Can play second, third, and short reasonably well. Sure, Cameron James works. We'll take Cameron James. We'll go with, and right, I gotta get somebody off my 40-man. That's what I was just dealing with. So who comes off the 40-man? We're gonna have to make more decisions when we call up Teodo and Eckness and Leiter and all those guys. So we're gonna have to start getting rid of some people here relatively soon, which is fine, I guess. But who is it that we get rid of? Because I think once we make him a reliever. Yeah, I mean, as a reliever, his ratings aren't terrible. So, Jonathan Hernandez. And we'll take Cameron James, and we will call it a Rule 5. All right. So let's complete the draft. What makes the Rule 5 so hard is you have to pay them $500K, so you can't draft off name alone. I've never noticed that. Do you have to actually do that? Like, I've never thought about that in game, but do you have to actually do that in the game too? I don't think I've ever noticed that before. All right, so let's. Can we put these people? Yeah, we can't. We're gonna have to wait until spring training, and then we're gonna have to DFA a ton of people, which is fine. So we're just gonna go ahead now and sim ahead. Let's do some Hall of Fame voting, I guess, while we're here. So we're gonna vote for Beltran. Gonna vote for Beltre. Gonna vote for Cologne. Gonna vote for Todd Helton, even though he's not gonna get in. King Felix. I mean, I think he probably deserves to be in. Wins and losses aside, I think he probably deserves to be in. Joe Mauer. Gulag Man, thanks for the follow. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We got a big crowd here tonight. It's a bigger crowd than we normally have. Guys, I appreciate you coming in and hanging out and getting some drops, even if you're... What do you mean, vote for Beltran? Yuck. Vote for Pedroia because he's Pedroia. But yeah, thanks for coming in and hanging out, guys. Skip Chris Iannetta. Should I vote for Iannetta and his .230 batting average? I think I'm good. I'm not, however, going to vote for Andy Pettitte because screw him. I'm going to vote for Manny Ramirez and leave Andy Pettitte off my ballot. We'll vote for Suzuki because he'll never get in otherwise. And yeah, Sabathia. So that's my ballot. All right. Yes. Now we're going to sim ahead. And yes, for a third time, thank you for joining us here tonight. Yeah, I'm not going to give you any of these players for cash, so screw it. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Appreciate it. My name's Aaron. I've been making videos for... Josh Jung signed his contract, and the fans enjoy it. So I've been making videos for GM Games now for about the last... I don't know, when did I start my Rockies playthrough? March? Yeah. And I've been doing the live streams now for probably about the last 5 or 6 months. And we had a Colorado Rockies playthrough that went 15 seasons. And we're now trying Draft to Glory. I don't know how, still unsure of how this is all going to play out. I've seen this done a whole lot with some hockey streams and people who have done Let's Play for NHL series games and stuff. But it's interesting to see how it's going to work here in Out of the Park Baseball. I've never tried it before, so we will see how it goes. So nobody gets in. Suzuki, Beltre, and Beltran are all close. Sabathia is close. I think all 5 of these guys will eventually get in. Mauer, Sabathia, Suzuki, Beltran, and Beltre. Tulowitzki, Granderson, Przynski, Iannetta, Ben Zobrist, Cargo, Adam Jones, not that Adam Jones, the other Adam Jones, and Billy Wagner are all dropped off the ballot. Billy Wagner, grossly underappreciated, absolutely dominant as a closer in his career. Look at these numbers, man. 694 strikeouts and 500 innings. And he was little, right? Wasn't he like 5'9", 5'11"? All right, where are we? All right, so we have $162 million. We're up to preseason. I don't think anything has really changed yet. We have plenty of money for free agents, which we can't spend. We don't have a lot of money for extensions, which we don't need right now. So we're fine there. We'll get up to spring training. What happened? Your computer crashed. Yes, Billy Wagner should be a Hall of Famer. What happened? Breeze called you a Beltran hater. That's about it, really. All right, so we are at spring training, and it's time to call up some of our other players. Teodo, Eckness, D'Onofrio, Leiter. They can all come up. Anybody else we want to call up? Sean Heine is 25 years old. He's got to get called up to AAA. He's got to start making a move here sooner rather than later. Why is it set on OSA ratings? That doesn't help me. Why did it do that? Why did it do that? Anyway. All right, so Sander, let's just see what it does. Let's make it a 6-man rotation and see how it does it. So Eckness, Leiter, Bradford, Slayton, King, San Martin, Hernandez, Teodo, Ortiz. No, I want Ortiz as a starter. I guess we can start Slayton. That's fine. Was he one of our draft picks too? Or was he part of the team already? No, he was drafted in 2019. All right, so we'll run with this. I'm okay running with this. And then just kind of letting the bullpen work itself out. Lineups. Let's go ahead and set the depth chart. Do we want to train anybody anywhere? Adele is our starting center fielder. Florial is not our starting right fielder. Ramos is. Bubba Thompson is going to be our backup outfielder. I have a feeling those are going to be the 4 outfielders we run with. It has D'Onofrio starting in left. That's interesting. I mean, it's fine, but... Shreddy, thank you for the follow as well. You've loved Beltran. But assuming the Houston claims are true, it's devastating. I mean, nobody on that... on those Astros teams come out looking, smelling like roses. They all look like crap, and they deserve all the hate that's thrown at them, and that's the reality of it. So Jung's gonna get time at first. Cruz. Oh, it took Aranda out, and it put Cameron James in there first at second, which I don't want to do. I don't want to do that, but we will put, where did he go? Cameron James will back up at second. O'Neal Cruz will back up at third and first. And I think we're good. Make the changes here against lefties, too. D'Onofrio, Taveras, yeah, and Adele. I want Adele in center. He's not going to be a great center. In fact, he's probably not going to be as good as Tavares in center. But that's fine. That is fine. And the lineup I don't really care about in spring training, to be completely honest with you. The lineup's set up. Like, I don't care who's playing where. I just want to make sure I get players playing time at specific positions so that they can get better at those positions. So Jung will be at first. Jesus will be at third. Aranda is my starting second baseman. Get Cameron James out there. And I guess we'll just back up Sice at third, yeah. All right, so we're going to sim until next month. You're doing a draft to glory and a promotion relegation fiction league. That's got to be hard as hell. How is that going? At least here, I have name recognition on some of these players. So I have the ability to, Eckness got even better. So I have the ability to at least base it off of name recognition. But how's that going for you so far? I've never tried this before. But I wanted to do something different. I had spent the last 7 months doing a regular Let's Play. So I wanted to try something different, and this was different. So the claim is Altuve refused to participate. I don't believe it either. I don't believe for a second that in a professional locker room that there would be one player who would, say, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." My guess is that if it was as widespread as they said it was, everybody was doing it. That's my hunch. That is my hunch. Hopefully we don't get any major injuries here. I don't think anybody was a scapegoat. Oh, I mean, he was a scapegoat and then he got fired from his job with the Mets, but I don't think Joe Attell gets hurt for 3 to 4 weeks right off the bat. Okay. I don't think anybody was, free from blame. I think they're probably all guilty to some extent. So, right, yeah. Either he allowed it to go on, which as a coach is really bad, or he participated, which as a coach is really bad. And as far as Altuve goes, either he participated and that's really bad, or he's a star player who, presumably as one of the stars of the team would have some sort of control over the locker room and did nothing about it. So, all right, well, we're hanging around 500. Adele's eligible to come off the DL. All right, here is our last preseason game, and we get through spring training without any major injuries, which is nice. A ton of development. Teodo, why does he keep doing that? Looks like he got a little better. Spees got worse, but I'm so infatuated with this stuff and movement that I'm gonna leave him on the roster, even though his I thought he was a coach. He wasn't playing back in Wait. I thought he was a coach on that team. Anyway, his control is going to kill us, but I love the stuff, so we'll leave him on the team. Slayton got better. I don't know how he did in spring training. We'll look, but he had his ratings got better. Leiter got a little worse, which is a little concerning. But again, I'm not going to put a whole lot of credence in these spring training increases and decreases. They're sort of all over the place. Wilson Castillo, prospect who's coming along. Cameron James got better, so there we go. Jung is already a 68 at first base, so that's nice. Cool. All right. So we have to send a crap ton of people to the minors. Beltran is branded as the mastermind of the whole operation, and it might be because he was retired, so his career was irrelevant. Oh, he was a player. Okay. I couldn't remember when he retired. Everybody wants to know about Shreddy's League. I want to know about Shreddy's League, too. All right, so we got to send a bunch of players down. So 1, 2, 3 right off the bat. We have to get 5 more pitchers off this roster. Brett Martin will be 1. He refuses to be demoted. Does anybody want him? I'm going to shop him around and then see if one of those teams would take cash instead of a player. That Polycarp, thanks for the follow tonight. Aren't R2, thank you for the follow tonight. So busy night here for us on tonight's stream. I'm enjoying this. It's fun. All right, so we will take Harvey out and we will put in $250,000. Okay, so we can actually trade him for cash, or we can trade him and another player for cash, which I'm fine with as well. But most of these players here, let's do this. Let's go 0. Let's add Barlow, because he's just a minor league pitcher, right? Where is he? Is he on spring training roster? Yeah, he is. Okay. So for 250 you do that. So would you do 450 for 2 of them? You would. Okay, so let's try this again. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. So let's do 650. and add Barlow. Wow, okay. So I found something that's going to work. 850 and add Barlow. All right. Let's get as much as we can here. Wow, okay. Martin and... Okay, so there is the number. So what about 1,750? All right. So we're going to say send Brett Martin and Joe Barlow to the Baltimore Orioles for $1.75 million. Yeah, random test. We got a busy night here tonight. A lot of people here, which is really cool. I'm enjoying it. 22 teams, 4 leagues. It's the quick start option. 88 teams total. Okay, I started a promotion relegation once and then never saw it through. So, like, I got like halfway through the first season and then never saw it through. So we still have to send 3 players to the minors. Who those players are going to be, I guess Henriquez can be one. San Martin. I mean, it's San Martin and well, King, actually. He's been our best pitcher. Like, to send him down to the minors feels like a slap in the face. You start at the single A level, lowest one. How's it going? Where are you? Like, how far into it are you? How is the drafting going? Is it working out? Because again, I've never done this before, so I'm, if somebody else has tried it and it's just a complete disaster, then then I know. All right, so I think. Yeah, I think we do that. All right. So Justin Slayton was a madman in the preseason. Robinson Ortiz, we'll move him to the bullpen. We'll go with a 5-man rotation. We're gonna go Hernandez as our starter. Bueno will be as our closer rather. Teodo and Flores as our setup. Yeah, I guess. Evans and Bueno, but Bueno used more often. Spees shouldn't be a long reliever with a 19 control. So Ortiz should be the long reliever. Spees should be middle relief, and we'll set him up as a specialist. You got to the top, but then got smacked down to AAA. You'd keep Eckness down? Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. I'm excited to see the first guy kind of, come along and, and actually perform. Do we do the same thing with Leiter then? Do we keep Leiter down, or at 24 do we just see what he has? What do you think? Make Ortiz the starter. King will be the opening day. I mean, do we run like this? Do we move? Do we send Leiter down and save that year as well, or do we give Leiter the green light this season? Patience is a virtue. Yeah, well, I wasn't born with an abundance of it, so there we are. I think Leiter at 24. I think we run with him and let him start the year with us. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Agreed, especially with no free agent signings. Yeah, all right, you guys have convinced me. So we have to send 10 batters down. So Garcia, Terry, Vientos, Angel, Doro, Martinez, Taveras, Florial. How many is that? I can't send Curtis Terry down. All right, well, then I guess we trade him. Does anybody want him? See if anybody wants him. See if we can get some cash for him. Only the Phillies. So let's remove him and So we're close there. Sort of. Who's this guy? Mitchell Bratt. Was he drafted by us, or was he part of the team initially? Drafted at 134th overall in the 2021 draft. I'd rather not trade him if I can help it. I mean, the option is we either sell him for what we can sell him for, or we DFA him and run the risk of losing him for nothing. I mean, it's just not even worth it. I mean, what's 150 grand in cash going to do for me? Nothing. All right, screw it. I don't care. DFA. Goodbye. All right. 28 players. So we still have to send 2 more players to the minors. Who are those 2 players going to be? D'Onofrio. How did he do in spring training? Splits. Spring training. Some power. 7 home runs and 9 runs knocked in. All right, well, he's going to go back down to the minors for another year. And we have to send 1 more player away. It's going to be Sice. All right. Yes, Breeze, they certainly did. That's 2 years in a row that Luka has done that to the Celtics, which is pretty brutal. Same exact thing last year. Hit a buzzer beater right at the end of the game, which sucks. All right, so our lineup is bad again. So Rondo will be our starting second baseman. Connor Falefa will bat second and play short. So the top 3 looks exactly the same as it does every single year. Our number 4 hitter this year is, except Jung is going to be at first base. Who is our number 4 hitter? Ugh. It's not good. It's not good. I think we're going to go Ramos Adele, I guess. Or Ramos then Retterer then Adele. Like that. Sold the game? What do you mean sold the game? He made a terrible move. He fouled Luka. Dallas had the ball with 14 seconds left. Celtics had a foul to spare. They fouled him, which then gave Dallas an opportunity to run the clock down and get the final shot off. So it was a terrible play. It's a terrible play by Marcus Smart for sure. All right, so there's our lineup. It's pretty terrible. But, you know, we have not had a good lineup this entire time. So why should this year be any different? Let's paste the lineup. What changes do we want to make against lefties? I think we're going to get Bubba out there against lefties for Retterer. And then Aranda is going to come out, and Cameron James will play second against lefties, but he's not going to bat leadoff. Connor Falefa will bat leadoff. Just do something like that. Move him up there. Sure. That looks good. I'm not too fussed about it because I don't expect us to be any good. So let's just get up to opening day. Yeah, it was a terrible foul. It was a bad foul by Smart. He shouldn't have fouled him. I mean, there's no talent. Luka still could have hit a shot and it may not have mattered, but when he committed the foul, it made sure that the Celtics wouldn't get the ball back. So it was just a bad play. It's just a bad play. So we went 13 and 15, and last year we were over 500 at like July 1st. So he wants us to stay respectable. Eckness is now the number 3 prospect in baseball. Do we still have the top minor league system? We do. D'Onofrio is 12th. Spence is 26th. Castillo 45, and Elijah Green is 50. Call-ups and send-downs. I think Appleby can go up. I think we're going to start with Green and Spence and Little all in high A, but they'll probably kind of all move up together. Ian Moeller's not far away. Jacob Hasty started. He was our 8th round pick last year. Started in AA. Zavala. He's ready for AAA, I think. Anybody here that is ready? Costa hit really well in his small time there. Jackson Cox, he's 21. We'll give him a start in high A ball. Higgins isn't ready. Kimball will call up. So many. Yeah, Jesse Bullard isn't working out. He was our number 2 pick in 2023. That's no good. Do you feel like this Rangers squad is more successful than the Blazers? I don't know. I mean, I think I kind of feel like the Blazers playthrough at this point is almost exactly the same as what I'm doing here. I don't have any money in that Civ, so I just can't sign anybody. So it's sort of a draft to glory over there as well. I mean, we'll see how. It's hard to say because that team's got a couple years on this one, but I think as of right now, where they are, I think this one is probably going to be more successful than that one. Man, I can't believe I'm leaving him down for another season. He is going to absolutely obliterate AAA with those ratings. I'm looking forward to seeing what his final stats are. It's going to be crazy. I don't think I want to call anybody else up, and I think we're ready to go. And we'll just start simming along here. You told me to pick him. You're a liar. You told me to pick him. Oh, right. I got to put all these guys on the 40-man. And I don't know that I can. Oh, I only have 37 players on the 40-man. Okay, yeah, we're good. So Teodo has to go on the 40-man, and so does Leiter. And I think Slayton as well, right? Is he not on the 40-man? No, he is. Okay. All right, let's go. Yeah, you told me to pick him. So that's on you. All right, so we're 1-3 out of the chute. Spees is hurt. How long's he out for? Diagnosis pending. Okay. 4 days. It's fine. Oh, I should probably do this. Let's look at this. 1-0. Kiner Falefa 3 for 3, sitting 556. Ortiz strikes out 12 in 6 2/3 innings. Okay. You're the biggest Jesse Bullitt hater of all time. Yeah, that's true. Does that date work like it does in real life? I guess I've never paid attention to that. Does that date work? So if I keep him down until the beginning of May, do I get that extra year of service time with him? Not a good start to this season, at least relatively speaking, compared to last year or the year before. 4-12. Not a good start to this season. We're not doing anything. We're not hitting. We're not pitching. Look at our offense, man. It's just not good. I mean, we have a pitching or hitting coach that, in theory, should have good relationships with all of our players, but so far, this is not good. 171 days is 1 year of service. You have to make sure they have less than that. So I guess I'll just wait until May and then call them up in May. It's fine. Not that it matters. I mean, we're 5-14 right now. Oof. All right, so 8-17 coming out of May. Leiter's putting up a 5.59. Teodo is pitching okay. Again, it looks like our bullpen's probably doing all right, and our starters are doing crappy. Adele gets a little better. Heine's not pitching well in AAA. I think that means we can probably call. Tell me he's hurt. Tell me he is hurt. Well, that's terrifying. One hit in 10 innings. He struck out 17. All right, well, we get him back in June, I guess. Kitty Poo Poo, thank you for the follow. All right, so he's back in a month. We'll call him up at that point. How's D'Onofrio doing? 208. Yeah, he's not hitting either, so we made the right decision leaving him down. Joey Spence is crushing it in high A. I think he's not long. In fact, I think he's probably ready for double A now. Elijah Green is hitting pretty well. We'll call him up in a little bit, I think. Yeah, Green and Little will probably get called up together. Bryant debuted on April 17th, so it's around there. Okay. Yeah, at this point, I got to wait till he's not injured anymore. But NC Pirate, thank you for the follow. No. I mean, he's putting up some power. I mean, I guess technically he's hitting 5 home runs, 11 RBIs, 566 slugging. I mean, his OPS and his OPS plus are fine. But, again, 276 on base percentage, that's not going to get it done. So, we'll leave him in AAA for the time being as well. How's Castillo doing? Got off to an okay start in AA. Appleby's gotten off to a really good start. He's another one of those guys that we drafted a little bit later, the 11th round. Yes, I saw the OPS. It's a 127 OPS. But do you really, I mean, it's 53 at-bats. I mean, he's not going to, I will give you, and this is recorded, so it's here for posterity. I will give you $100 if he ends up with a batting line that looks something similar to this at the end of the season. Okay? Deal? I will give you $100 if he ends up with a 208 batting average and an OPS of 850. Deal? But if he doesn't, you have to tell everybody that I was right and you were wrong. It seems like a pretty fair deal to you. Anybody else? Evan Carter is coming along okay. Caden Grice was just a power bat. He's got some. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you. You know, the OPS and the OPS plus are very, very good. But, again, I know you don't like batting average. And I'm not saying the batting average is the be-all, end-all. But, you know, there's something to be said for somebody who's hitting 200. Man, we are bad right now. You don't gamble money. You're not. You're gambling my money. We're 11-26. We finished 77-84 a year ago. People are not coming in again. The fan interest is down again. All right, is Eckness still hurt? Yes, he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. There we go. See, now he's hitting. 274, 373, 705. So now he's been really, really hot. 3 home runs and 8 RBIs in his last game. There we go. That works. Starters are actually doing okay. It's our bullpen that's been terrible this year. And our offense. Our offense continues to be awful. But our starters have been all right. I mean, Leiter hasn't been good, but they're 6th in the American League. You only gamble with family heirlooms? That's fair. That is fair. All right, well, it looks like we may have a high draft pick for Wednesday's video. 18 and 35 at the end of June. Last year at this time, we had a winning record at the end of June. This year, we are 18 and 35. Kiner Falefa starting to drop off a bit, although his stats have been fine. The offensive ratings are starting to dip a bit. We have him for this year and next year. So we may be moving on from Isaiah next year. Andy Yerzy Top pitcher in the AL, Brady Singer, and the Rookie of the Month was Hunter Cranton. All right, so we're 18 and 35. It's June 1st. Let's look ahead and scout the draft. Yes, let's take a look at the scout. Let's look at the draft. It's a good idea. Draft pool. Most of these players will be scouted by the time we get there. It'll be high and very high. So, oof. Like, I'm assuming this is the number one pick in the draft. If he's there at 9, he's our pick, obviously. But my guess, look at all these pitchers, man. Couple of good hitters. Joe Humphreys is, wow, he's really good. Joe Klein, he doesn't look that far off, actually, at 22. There are a ton. Look at all the three-star and up pitchers in this draft. That is crazy. And there are a handful of good bats, so hopefully one of them falls to us. If we look at next year's, where we're likely to have the top pick in the draft at this point, and Alex Backley. None of those pitchers are all that great. Greg Anderson would be a great shortstop. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have our pick of a really solid player at number 9 this year. That's encouraging. I mean, wow, Henkel's a two-way player. I didn't even realize that. There's no way he's still there at 9. Wow, he's good. Maybe the demand will scare other teams off. He wants $10 million, so maybe that'll scare some other teams off. In your leagues, you're trying to make a more active role in the scouting, but scouting the farms of other teams. So like what you're doing with me, right? You're waiting for your new scout to come on before you'll make a trade with me. But yeah, it looks like there are a lot of really good players in this draft. Wow. Yeah, a lot of good pitchers. A handful of good batters. So I think if one of these hitters is available, I think we take the hitter first because one of these pitchers will be available to us in the next round. So let's keep going. Sign him for $40 million. I've got the money. We are playing almost 300 baseball. This is just wonderful. All right, Eckness is back in 4 days, so we will call him up shortly. D'Onofrio, we'll call him up probably July 1st as well. How are we doing? Is anybody performing at all? I mean, Aranda, Kiner-Falefa, and Jung are all doing fine, varying levels of fine. Ramos, the power's there, but I mean, nothing else. I mean, he's on pace for a 49 OPS plus, negative -2 WAR. Adele's not hitting. DeJesus isn't hitting. Ugh. Our starters have the 4th best ERA in the American League, but our offense just isn't getting it done. We get Eckness in 4 days, so we'll sim ahead a week so we can call Eckness up. I'll trade with you if you have good enough players. I probably don't. I told you my God, we are bad this year. My minor leagues are void of talent. Let's sim ahead 2 days, and Eckness is now back, and we can send somebody down. Spees and his 849 OPS can go to AAA. Eckness will come up, and he will go right into the rotation, replacing whom? I think King, just because King is, I mean, he is what he is, right? I mean, put up our best numbers, but, I mean, he's a 30-year-old. The future is now. So the future is now. The future is Josh Eckness. Do we want to watch this game? Do we want to let the AI play this game out, since it is the debut of our first honest to goodness draft pick making his way to the big leagues? I think we're gonna play this game out, or we'll let the AI play it out, I guess. Who can you massacre, my boy? We're gonna be taking on Kansas City and Forrest Whitley in this one. So let's go in and take a look. So they're starting Lopez, Witt, Isbell, Steele Walker. That's a great name. Nick Prado, Mondesi, Brewer, Hicklin, MJ Melendez, and Forrest Whitley will start for them. He's also making his debut this year. And our lineup is what it is. So how can I massacre my boy? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Josh Eckness will get the start, and we'll let this game play out in front of us. Well, there you go. There's a leadoff double for your boy Aranda. Okay. Grounded to third. Gets the runner over. Ramos walks. And Adele smashes one. There we go. That's a good start. The little draft pick who could versus the big draft pick who... There we got 2-0 lead. A 2-run double for Joe Adele. So he gives the kid some room to work with in the first inning. Can we get him home from second? We cannot, but we scored 2 in the top of the first, and let's see how this goes. Strike 3. Base hit. Witt steals second. Isbell strikes out. And there we go. So a scoreless first inning. A lot of pitches thrown, but that's to be expected with his control the way it is. Bubba Thompson grounds to third. 1 away. Matt Watley, the backup catcher. He grounds out. Send him down. Yes. And Josh Eckness pops out. That's right. No DH. No DH. All right, top of 2. Nick Prado, fly ball. That one's gone. Center fielder doesn't even move. 2-1. Mondesi strikes out. MJ Melendez flies out to center. And the pitcher spot. No, Melendez now? Wait. Are we tied? That's going to be a double. 2-out double for Melendez. Whitley grounds out. All right, so he gives up a run, couple of hits. We're still up by 1. Aranda leads off. Walks. Kind of Falefa pops out. Keeps them guessing. Keeps them on their toes, right? They never know where they're going to be sleeping the next day. Ramos strikes out, and Adele. I think that's a fly out to center. Yep. Never knowing where you're going to sleep the next day, that's always a good way to keep you on your toes. So a leadoff single there, a strikeout of Witt. Ground ball to the shortstop. So 2 infield hits this inning. There's another strikeout. And there is a ground out. So he works around some trouble in the third. We're still up 2-1. O'Neal Cruz now. Grounds out to third. DeJesus strikes out. And Bubba Thompson. He grounds out. So, yeah, our offense is really bad. Our offense is really, really bad. So, Mondesi will lead off. He strikes out. Hicklin. 7 strikeouts for Eckness through 3 2/3 innings. So, 7 strikeouts through 4 for the rookie. Watley leads off with a walk. Eckness lays down the bunt. Gets the sack down. Runner moves to second. Aranda with a fly ball to right. Catch is made. Runner doesn't tag. Kind of Falefa needs to get him in with 2 outs. And I think it's going to be a catch out there. Yep. So deep fly ball. So we don't have a hit since the first inning. Whitley pops out. Lopez had a bunt single last time. Hits a fly ball to left. Diving catch made out there. Thompson's okay. 2-2 pitch to Witt. Ground out to short. So 5 innings of 5 hit, one run ball for Eckness to get this one started for us. Ramos looking to do anything. Looks like a double down the left field line to lead off the 6th inning. Here comes Adele, and he walks. So the first 2 guys get on here in the 6th. Can we do anything with this? Nope. Cruz is going to hit into a double play. There we go. So DeJesus needs a 2-out single or 2-out hit of some sort. He doesn't get it. And we are still up 2-1. All right, so they're bringing in Phoenix Sanders. So Eckness goes 5, strikes out 7, gives up 1 run. I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Sanders strikes out the first 2 batters he faces. And then gives up a home run. All right. Well, there we go. So he's not going to get the win, but that is a good first start for the kid. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 7 strikeouts. I will take that for sure. I don't even care if we lose at this point. So as long as Eckness doesn't get the loss, that was all I was concerned about. All right, let me go to the 6th. Bottom of the 7th, rather. 7th inning stretch. Another infield hit. That's the 3rd infield hit of the game. A steal and a strikeout. Jazz Chisholm. And we are now losing. Yep. Eckness first started off an injury. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it, you know? I mean, I'm fine. Ugh, come on. At this point, I'm considering just simming through the rest of the game. Like, I don't even care what happens. I just wanted Eckness to pitch. All right, so we're down by a run. Let's see if we can do something here in the next 2 innings. I got to turn the heat off in my office here in a second. Once this game's over, I'm going to do that because it's hot as balls up here. Man, our offense is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Teodo is pitching. Fly out there. Mondesi's hit by a pitch. Mike Yastrzemski playing for Kansas City these days. All right, so here we go. Go to the 9th, down by a run. We scored 2 runs in the top of the 1st, and then we've had 1 hit since the 1st inning. 1 hit. That's all we managed. 1 goddamn hit. Sorry, channel my inner Bob Uecker there, Major League. All right, so we lose 3-2. I'm going to shut the heat off. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So we had 1 hit after the 1st inning, so good for us. Eckness, really good first start. 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 7 strikeouts. Bullpen blew it because reasons. And that's that. All right. So we are 19-44. Not good. Not good at all. Eckness got his first start. D'Onofrio, we will probably call him up July 1st. Why not? Let's just stick him in the lineup and see how he does. But we got the draft coming up, and that's obviously the most important part. The most important part of this sim is the draft. It's 27-47, puts us with one of the worst records in baseball. Guzman would like to be traded. I would like to trade you, but I can only trade you for cash, and nobody's going to give me enough cash to cover it. So, all right. Development. Teodo looks like his potential got better. He hasn't been very good, but again, he's just a rookie, so, we'll deal with it. Slayton's been fine, walking too many batters, but I mean, his ratings suggest he should be okay, so just let him pitch through it. Not that we have any other options. Leiter hasn't been good. 112 hits in 91 innings. Not giving up a ton of home runs, just giving up too many hits. 348 BABIP. Hopefully that comes down to earth, although it's kind of right in line with what he's done in the minors. Hernandez got a little worse, which is not good, although he's pitching quite well still. Eckness got better again. Yeah, it's not very good from an offensive perspective. Vlad is the best hitter in the AL. Brett Phillips in the National League. Simeon Woods Richardson, best pitcher in the AL. Corbin Burns in the NL. Lucas Gordon of the Yankees, rookie of the month, and then Jesse Pierce in the National League. All right. So, what do we want to do? I mean, there's nothing we can do, right? Eckness 0-2 with a 7.16 ERA through 3 starts. There we go. Damn it. All right. So D'Onofrio, it's time to call him up. So who goes down? Retterer? Oh, wait a second. I'm looking at the... it's not what I want. Let's look at... wait, what am I looking at here? Okay, I was looking at splits, right, okay. So who goes down? Adele's not hitting. I mean, none of them are hitting. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? I think Guzman, can we trade him? Does anybody want him? Can we get cash for Guzman? Eckness BABIP is almost 500. We'll take a look at it. I just saw the record in ERA. Didn't look at anything else. Nobody even wants Guzman. So I think, given where we are, I think we just DFA him. And then at the end of the season, we just don't offer him we don't offer him arbitration, and that gets the money off the books. I think that's probably the best plan. So D'Onofrio comes up. He becomes our starting left fielder every day. I'm going to bat him clean up, stick him in left field, and tell him to go nuts. Retterer is going to need to get some starts, especially against righties. And then against lefties, D'Onofrio comes in. He's our best bat by far. I mean, against lefties, he's actually really good. We actually have a legit bat in the lineup against lefties. So, so from a WAR perspective, Kiner Falefa and Aranda are the only 2 players over 1 WAR. Jung isn't hitting this year. He's taken a significant step backwards, which is a little concerning considering we just gave him $64 million. But whatever. I mean, now we've got D'Onofrio and Eckness to kind of lean on here, so hopefully... Where was Eckness? Yeah, BABIP 440. His FIP is 473, so, I mean, I'm assuming he'll be fine, but... I mean, pitching, it's weird that it had been pitching that was holding us back. Now it's our hitting that's really holding us back. So, all right, we made the changes. We got Eckness, Leiter, Slayton, and Bradford. These were all draft picks in our starting lineup. Well, I guess Slayton was a draft pick previous, but Eckness, Leiter, and Bradford were 3 of our draft picks. D'Onofrio is our first offensive prospect to be called up. No, his average is not good. His average is not good. His on-base percentage is not good. His slugging is not good. His OPS plus is not good. And I don't believe that his, what was his BABIP? His BABIP is 289. So he's getting a little unlucky maybe, but looks like O'Neal Cruz is doing okay. Cameron James isn't hitting any home runs, but yeah, you gotta love that walk to strikeout ratio. 2 walks, 57 strikeouts. No, you're right. I didn't draft Leiter. I did not draft Leiter. All right, let's hit my head. Luis Angel looks like he had a bump. We will stop and take a look at him then. Yeah, I mean, where's he going to play, though? Second? I mean, is he a second? I mean, he's not a shortstop. And I guess he could play third, but, I mean, with those ratings, do we really want him at third? I mean, I think second base is probably the way to go. What is this doing? That's not what I wanted to do. Let's get him some playing time at second and see how that goes. Yeah, offensively, it looks like he got a bit of a bump. But, yeah, he's not a shortstop, and he's not a third base. I mean, he could play third, I guess, with those ratings, but I don't like that bad at third, so we will see. Anybody else? Florial is now not hitting in AAA. Garcia. So we do have a third-string catcher, which is nice. Oraceli Gomez. Where did we get him? No, they signed him back in 2017. Okay. Sean Heine. The stuff spiked, which is nice. But the movement and the control are lagging a bit behind here still. Anybody else that we really... How's Spence doing in AA? 238, the no power. It's not hitting for any power at all in AA. But we'll let him work through it. I mean, we'll let him figure it out. Wilson Castillo is another couple years away, even though he's 24. Appleby's doing pretty well in AA. Englert's low ceiling, high floor kind of guy. With that arm, you'd put him at third. I mean, he could play third, but, I mean, that's not a third base bat, really. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter where the offense comes from, but I'd rather DeJesus develop and have him play third. I mean, he's a much better third baseman, so. All right, let's just get up to the draft. We've been going, the draft's going to take an hour. Yeah, this team is underwhelming. I know we are. He's been good with our progress. Top 100 prospect. Eckness is now number 1. So I assume that means we still have the top system, and we do. Eckness is first. D'Onofrio, 17th. Spence, 26. Castillo, 33. And Elijah Green, 54th. Joey Spence's ISO power. I don't know. Let's look. 0.93. And I'm not going to sit here and even pretend that I know how that works. So I'll let you explain it to me. I'm sure it has something to do with... Actually, I'm not even going to try to guess because I don't know what that means. I don't know what that number refers to. All I know is that right now he's not hitting well in AA. At least not hitting for any power in AA, I should say. So, we have to get to the first-year player draft. Now, we're playing a little better. He refuses to be demoted. Shoot. What do we do? Because we can save them. I think we do this. I think we do that. I couldn't put him on the 40. I got to put him on the 40-man. Damn it. All right. Martinez. Man, I am hot as balls. Hold on a second. I got to take this hoodie off. How much power they generate. What's it based off of? His ISO is really bad, like slap hitter level. Well, I mean, I assumed that the lower the number, the worse it was. But, like, how does it determine? Like, it doesn't have anything to do with like the speed at which the ball comes off the bat or anything dumb like that, right? Like, I don't know what it's based off of. So, I've seen it. I just don't know what it's based off of. So I'm not gonna try to pretend I do. All right, so it's draft time. We are 34 and 54, taking a definite step backwards. offensively this year. And I wouldn't say it's growing pains because some of these players were with us last year and they're just not performing anywhere near as well as they did a year ago. So Ramos is not hitting. D'Onofrio's only at $1.79. A couple of home runs in 8 games. Eckness picked up his first win. There you go. 6 2/3 innings, 1 run, 11 strikeouts. I'll take it. BABIP's down to 417, so he'll be fine when it's all said and done. Leiter's on pace to lose 20 in his rookie campaign. That would be something. Yeah. All right, well, let's get to the draft. The formula is 1 times double, 2 times triple, 3 times home run divided by at-bats or slugging percentage minus batting average. Oh, okay. So it just determines how much power they have. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we're obviously hoping that Henkel falls to us. He more than likely won't, but we will see. So the first pick is Kevin Henkel. And the least surprising news of the year, that would have been just a great pick for us. Now we're hoping Joe Humphreys falls to us, which he probably won't, but there goes Joe Humphreys. So the 2 bats right off the bat go 1 and 2. That's from you. You still can't post links. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to ask Chris how to do it. Whereas slugging doesn't include slugging includes singles, ISO doesn't. Okay, all right, that makes sense. All right, so who goes third? Joe Klein. So the 3 really good bats, I guess no surprise, went 1, 2, 3. Chris Corley doesn't look... Wow, he looks pretty good. He probably won't be there, just given the luck we've had so far, but let's see. So there goes the first pitcher, Jimmy Newcomb. Chad Nikolai. Chris Bomey. And Danny Lopez. I think this is the last pick before us. Yep, Nate Lentz. All right. So, what do we do? From a hitting perspective, Corley is the best bat out here, I think. I don't know that he could play center. I guess he's a borderline center fielder with that range. Borderline. MLB.com. Got it. Okay. Christensen, no. Cole Young, no. I mean, if we were going to go bat, I think Corley is the pick. And we would just have to figure out which outfield position to play him in. His arm, I don't think, is good enough to play right. So, I mean, maybe center field is the option. I wouldn't play him at center either, but we sort of have to draft off need. And D'Onofrio can't really play right field either. I mean, his arm is better, so maybe we could move. I mean, one of them could play left, one of them could play right. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. There are a ton of pitching prospects. I think we're going to wait until the second round. There are so many 3-star starting pitchers here that I think we can wait until next round to take a pitcher. So I think, normally, I mean, but what's the alternative? I mean, what do we do? I mean, you've got, this guy's not any more developed. I mean, Cole Young's not terrible, but he's certainly not better. I mean, he's better defensively. Who do they think we should take? They think we should take Jonathan Henkel. I don't want to take him. Not at 23. Jeff Vaughn, but do we want to take a first baseman 9th overall? Yeah, I mean, I don't see a better option. I mean, maybe Vaughn. You disagree in your view. You can never have enough pitchers. He's not developed. He doesn't fill a need since he's a left fielder. right. Well, then let's take a look at some of the pitchers. He's 23 years old already. I can't. His control and that changeup, I'm just not convinced they're going to turn into anything great. Like, I would rather take Blanchard if we were going to take one of those pitchers. Caden Campbell, I mean, he's not bad. Caden Campbell's not terrible. He already has 3 pitches that are really well developed. He's 21. He's pretty well developed for a 21-year-old. He's not a starter. Josh Morgan, he's not bad. High adaptability, high work ethic. I mean, if we're going to take a pitcher, I think it was going to be, not Blanchard, who was it? I think it was going to be Campbell. I think if we're going to, I mean, I get what you're saying. I mean, he is by far the best bat left in this draft. But he's probably 5 years away, given that he's only 17. We just don't have any offense. I mean, I guess if Elijah Green comes around and Spence comes around, we could have a couple of bats in our lineup. Saborio's not bad, but he's just as underdeveloped. And, I mean, he's 18. Campbell will be a fast... Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, too. That, I mean, the stuff, the movement, and the control, all... You know, at age 21, he looks pretty well developed. His pitches are already really good. I think it's Campbell. I think it's Campbell. It kills me to not take that outfielder, given how shallow we are offensively. But I think Caden Campbell is the pick here. All right, let's pull the trigger. Caden Campbell. All right, let's get to our next pick. Is he still there? Tell me he's still there. He's still there. He's still there in the second round. There we go. So we get both. We'll get Corley in the second round, and we'll get Campbell in the first. So that was unexpected. But now we talk about it again. Is that something we want to do? Is Corley the pick in the second round? I got a couple of relievers that are pretty elite, but I don't want to take a reliever this early, although Sergio Navarro is a two-way player. He could play center field with that range. Do we take a chance on someone like Sergio Navarro to be a center fielder down the road, or do we take Corley in the second round with the better bat? I'm leaning towards Corley and then hoping that Navarro is there in the third round. That's kind of the way I'm leaning. So we'll take Corley in the second round and hope that Navarro is there with our next pick. So if we can get a two-way player who can play center field, that would be kind of nice. As expected. All right, that's fine. That is fine. All right, so third round, they think we should take Ricky Cooper. Not that I don't want another catcher, or I don't need another catcher right this second. Still a lot of really good pitching in this draft. That's kind of surprising that there are that many good starting pitchers in this draft. Oh, some of these guys aren't starters. That's where it is. Brandon Clark, he's almost ready. And the control isn't quite there yet, but he's almost ready. He's gotten a lot better over the last year. That might be an option. Let's see if... Okay, so none of the good bats are left. I was hoping maybe that Cole Young would still be there. Grab Nichols. Who was Nichols? Was he one of the pitchers? I don't remember who Nichols was. Let's look at all players. Let's see if there are any really, really good hitting pitchers. Not really. This guy looks okay, but we can get him much later. I think we go low ceiling, high floor. Who was it? It wasn't that guy. Where is he? Brandon Clark. Nichols was a pitcher. He was a reliever listed as a starter. I think I'm going to take Brandon Clark. The stuff in the movement are intriguing. Again, with the two really good pitches, a third that's average. He's only 22, so the control very easily could develop. Brandon Clark is going to be our third pick. And he's a lefty. Start drafting off name. Not in the third round already. Jeremy Sharp. I mean, I think now, take an 18-year-old elite level, potentially elite closer. He's a few years away, but extreme ground ball, sinker slider pitcher. And that's where I'm leaning right now because there weren't any batters that were... That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. There weren't any batters that were kind of blowing me away at this point. Again, Mike Lake is there. Lake is there. We can take him later. Jeff Moen. And there's another center fielder. Or right fielder with that arm. I think maybe Jeff Moen. He's got 6 pitches. But he's. I think I would take the bullpen arm now. Take kind of the surefire bullpen arm and then see if Moen is there. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. We're going to take Sharp. Oh, he's impossible. Which I guess is fine. I mean, we have the money, but I think given that he's impossible, let's go back and let's take that two-way player, I think. Was it Like? Was that his name? What am I doing? Was it this guy? But he's only 1 star. He'll be there. I don't need to take him right now. He will be there, and so will Moen. Both of these guys will be here. Well, Moen may not be because he's 2 stars. Where would he play on the infield? Or where would he play? He would play either center or right. Sharp's moving is 45 right now. Yeah, I mean, he was fine. So I think we're going to take Moen. We're going to take Moen because he's a 2-way player. If we make him a batter first, his ratings will probably look a lot better. So, all right, let's start looking by various abilities, and let's find some players. Mitch Schneider. He looks okay. He can't hit. He can't hit. Meh. Is it Snyder? More than a complimentary player. No, we're going to go to our old favorite. Look at individual pitch potential and try to find some players there. Moen could play third. He could. Yeah, he could. Absolutely, he could. Davian Hickson, 21 years old. Extreme fly ball. Good stuff. A couple of good pitches. Movement's a little scary. Eric McClure is not a starter with only 2 pitches. Carlos Gonzalez. I mean, he's been getting better. Maybe. Victor Quinn, no, that 9 control, that's not going to get him very far. Kyle Larson, no. Moen could play third. He could also play, I think his range in the outfield was a 66, so he could play center. He could play right because his arm was like a 91 or something. Wyatt Trek. He's 21. Oof. Man, if his movement was just a little better, man. Those pitches, including a knuckle curve. Levi Clark's 24. I'm not drafting a 24-year-old. Don't care how good he is. Or good he may be. Oh, this is disappointing. This is disappointing right off the bat here. Joseph King. I think we may just go back and take Mike Like. Josh Limoges. He's impossible. We're going to take Like. We're going to take Like because he's a two-way player. But where can he play? He can't really play anywhere, though. That's the problem. He's terrible defensively. How do I get my players to that very high scouting accuracy? I don't know. I just let it go. I mean, my scout is legendary at scouting amateurs. I mean, we made it a point to find somebody who kind of had fit this profile. So, I don't know how much that affects it or how accurate it is. Yeah, I mean, he's a legendary scout for amateur or not. Yeah, for amateurs. That's not where I want to. I want to go here. How you doing tonight, Northern? Having a good weekend? It was beautiful here this weekend, wasn't it? I don't know if you're still here, but if you're still here, it was a beautiful weekend. Who do you want me to take? Trevor Moore? Who's Trevor Moore? Was he a pitcher or was he a hitter? Yeah, I'm not drafting him anytime soon. Why? Who's Trevor Moore? Is that a name I should know? Maybe Limo. Right, he was impossible. That's why I didn't take him. Chad Rowe. He's an outfielder. And he's not terrible. Could be a decent bullpen arm, maybe, I guess. It's not a very good draft so far. Let's look at fielding potential again. Fielding. And let's start looking at some of these players. Jamal Pringle. There's a name for you. 21 years old out of Alabama. We've already drafted one of his teammates. He could play. He absolutely could play left and center with those ratings. Glenn Colvin. He's not bad. He's got a decent batting profile, really good speed. He's good defensively. He can play any of the outfield positions with that range. I think Glenn Colvin, 18. Trevor Moore was a comedian from a group called Whitest Kids You Know. He passed away earlier this year. Let me guess, he passed away from COVID, and he was a non-believer. That's really bad. I shouldn't have said that. I take that back. Colvin isn't bad. No, we're going to take Glenn Colvin. You had a busy weekend and a scapegoat for your poor drafting. There you go. Yeah, I just made it a point to look at somebody who was legendary for. My biggest concerns were minor league scouting and amateur scouting. I wasn't sure if the international scouting affects the number of international finds they make, or if it affects just how accurate their scouting is towards international free agents. I don't know which one it is. Yeah, so I just that's how I focused. That's kind of how I focused on it. Is it our pick? Yeah, it's our pick. Who do they think we should take? Billy Tellius, a 24-year-old first baseman out of UCLA. No, I'm good. I am good there. All right, let's look at infield range. A weird player, Sean Lynch. High adaptability and work ethic. He's truly a second baseman with that arm, but he could be a very good second baseman with that profile, and his bat could come along. Sure, I like Sean Lynch. You believe it's both? I haven't had nearly as many home runs from from my international scouting in out of the park 22 versus your previous seasons. It seemed like, once a year your scout was finding some sort of elite prospect from some league in, Holland or, Mozambique or something like that. But in Out of the Park 22, it just doesn't seem to happen near as much, which is fine. I mean, I'm not, certainly not complaining about it. It makes it a little more realistic, I think. You aren't landing, A-plus all-star players every single season. So, all right, let's go back to pitch potential, I guess. I think now wouldn't be a terrible time to take Carlos Gonzalez. 1.5, 2-star, 2 good pitches. The third is average already. He could turn into something, and if nothing else, it's just more depth in the minor leagues. Only 22 rounds to go. Riley Huge goes to Southern New Hampshire University. Man after my own heart. Not going to draft him. He's still a man after my own heart. Ben Schill, he's not a starter. That's a name. Trayton Stahili. He's 22. Again, that movement's just terrible. That movement wasn't so bad. Or even if there was like potential growth on it, like if it was like a 20-35, then I could take a run at him because he's already got the pitches. My nose is itchy. Sean Hard. There's a name. Yes, not a very good draft. Riley Stanford, I've taken him. He's sort of a two-way player. Yeah, we can take him. Looks like his bat might be good enough to pass as a two-way player. I'm good with that. But again, we got a busy night here, so those of you who are chatting, welcome. Those of you who are just sort of hanging out collecting drops, welcome to you as well. My name is Aaron. I am I don't know what you want to call me, a member of the GM Games gaming community. I've been creating content for Chris and the GM Games team now for, about 6-7 months. I think we're going to take Joseph King here. High work ethic, adaptability, loyalty. He's only 21, already has 3 good pitches. Been making videos for GM Games for about 6 months. We just finished up a Colorado Rockies playthrough where we went 15 seasons with the Rockies before. You're right. No, they're all going to have something wrong with them. We went 15 years with the Rockies before we kind of hung up our cleats, and then I simmed ahead another 15 years, and we made it up to 2050. Decided to take a break from that and try something new, and that something new is this Draft to Glory. And last year I thought we were making some progress, but we're taking a step backwards this year. Unfortunately, it will lead into a high draft pick next season, so we at least have that to look forward to. The rest of this playthrough, so if you want to go, if you're just checking in and you want to see what happened in the rest of the playthrough, you can go back and take a look at the GM Games YouTube page. The entire playthrough is there. I usually do the live stream on Sundays and then do a, this guy's not bad, high loyalty leader, work ethic, and intelligence. Yep, Van Kempen. I do the live stream on Sundays. It's not my pick. I do the live stream on Sundays. I'm going to get these words out eventually. And he's gone. Of course he is. Live stream on Sundays, and then I do a video on Wednesdays. So that'll be when the next video is out for this will be Wednesday. Well, that sucks that guy was gone. I liked him. Jaden Newt. Sure. Draft him as a two-way player as well. We'll go back to catchers here in a second. I just want to make sure there are no other 18-year-old starters. Actually, you know what? Let's look at fun pitches. Anybody with some fun pitches? I haven't found a good knuckleball pitcher yet. There's a knuckle curve. Stahili. All right, we'll take him. You convinced me. He's got the knuckle curve. That's fine. And then it was the circle change. That was the one that you liked. Oh, my computer. Apparently I have 6 Adobe updates to download, which I won't do. Anthony Susak. Bad control, so I will pass. Danny Moore, bad movement. Man, these guys are all terrible. All right, those guys are all terrible. Well, that's disappointing. Let's go back to catching potential, or catcher ability, I guess. These guys are all so bad. So bad. I don't know if we're going to take a catcher in this draft. We always take a catcher, though. We always take a catcher, although I don't think I'm going to take one here. These guys are all really terrible. So let's look at batting potential and speed. What do we got for speed, guys? Josh Dietz, low work ethic. I'll pass. Gabe Parker, high adaptability and work ethic. Good speed. Can play all 3 outfield positions. Sure. Not my pick. Now it's my pick. Gabe Parker. All right. Nick Singleton. Meh. Man, I'm hungry. I gotta eat something after this. Archie Dean Herring. Yeah, he looks, I mean, he's 23, so he's pretty well capped, but good speed, can play a bunch of different positions relatively well. Maybe he'll turn into something. Man, we're only halfway through this draft. It's not a good draft, man. John Dennis. Sure. High leader. He's 18 years old. He's committed to University of North Carolina. Looks like he might be able to play a little third base. Infield error. I thought his name was Caleb Bonermer. I would have taken him. That would have been my first meme pick of the draft. Because potty humor's funny. You see. Oh, God, this is just an awful draft, man. I'm going to take Ibarra. Can play a bunch of different positions. Doesn't have an arm, so he's a second baseman if he's on the infield. He's a left fielder. He's a second baseman / left fielder. It's not something you see every day, but that's fine. Thomas Jennings can't hit, and he's already 22. What the hell? Outfield range. God, there's just nothing. This is really disappointing. Even for later in the draft, I half expect to be able to get, players who are at least good at one thing. You got anybody with good arms? Sure, we have some pitchers with good arms. I guess we'll go back and look at batting potential. We haven't done that in a bit. It's the highest. Will Koger. Sure. Another two-way player. That works for me. Highest. Owen Murphy. He's a pitcher. Yuck. I'll take Britton. He's shown up here a couple of times. I'm really considering just letting the AI sim the rest of this, even though I know I shouldn't. This has just a really, really terrible draft once you get past like I don't want to say it was top heavy because not even the top of the draft. I mean, I would say first round or two was pretty solid, but it's been pretty awful since then. Druva Allen, no. Let's go back here, I guess. Sure, Riley Huge. We'll just load up on these like overage starting pitchers and hope that one of them gets some sort of random bump. Zach Crotchfelt. It's an unfortunate name. That is an unfortunate name. Paul Bonzagni. Sure. Yeah, I think we're just gonna load up on these arms and see if we can turn a couple of them into something. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I say top heavy, I mean, I don't know. It usually, like I said, by the time you get to this point in the draft, you're not finding steals, obviously, but you can find, players who are good at one or two things, and I'm having difficulty doing that at this point. So, top heavy may have been the wrong choice of words, but there wasn't a lot of talent there was almost no talent at the bottom of the draft. Nick DeMarco looks fine. Two local people died in that concert down in Texas. I didn't know that. For some reason, I have the news on and not the football game, because I have it on Fox and I forgot to change it before the game started. So let's do that now. Let's put it on Sunday Night Football. The Rams and the Titans. What do we got going on with the Rams and the Titans? Did my TV just shut off? No. There we go. Ooh, a pick six. Almost a pick six. What's the score? Anyway, we'll keep going. I know this is riveting live streaming for those of you who are actually paying attention. I never claimed to be good at this, so I do it because Chris lets me. For no other reason, really. This draft is terrible. It's right. I want to be able to find a Josh Eckness in the 29th round. You are absolutely right. You read my mind. Kevin Waldroop, no. I think I'm done. I don't know that I can go through another 8 rounds of this crap. All right, we're done. I'm going to let the AI do the final 8 picks. I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to let the AI do the final 8 picks because I just can't deal with it anymore. So let's score this football game. Why are they just refuse to put a score bug up there on the screen? That's making me nuts. 21-3 Titans. Thank you, Kitty Poo Poo. I appreciate that. There we go. They finally bring it up on the board. Thank you very much. All right, let's negotiate. Let's give these players what they want. Wow, 21-3. NFL's so weird. Didn't the Titans lose to the Jets, and now they're beating the Rams? NFL's weird. It is weird. All right, so we made it through the draft. We had a ton of players that I think ultimately we want to use as two-way players. God, where do we even start? I don't even remember who all the players were. Alsop, is he a better hitter than he is? Yes, he is. But where does he play? Nowhere. So we'll just make him a two-way player and then let the AI sort it out. Is he going to be set as a two-way player? No, he's not. We'll make him a two-way player, though. Go through and make some of these guys two-ways. Stahili, no. Moen, we wanted to make a two-way player, right? Yeah. Oh, I got to sign him first. Right, because he's a top 5 pick. Newt, I think, was somebody we wanted to make a two-way player. So let's, right? He could pitch too, right? Yes. All right, so Jaden Newt will be a two-way player. That game strategy uses two-way player. And a lot of two-way players. That's good, though. That is good. That's a name, man. That is a name, or girl. I don't know, Kitty Poo Poo if you're a male or a female, but either way, that is that's quite the name. How did you land on Kitty Poo Poo? Just out of curiosity. Oh, you what game did you go to today? Random task. The Bears don't play till tomorrow, right? All right, so I think we're done with the draft portion of it. I think it's time to just start simming and just to get through the end, and let's get through the rest of the season. How did you land on Kitty Poo Poo? Just for shits and giggles? I guess no pun intended, but just to get a laugh, or was there some reason that you went with Kitty Poo Poo? Ramos out for 2 to 3 weeks. It's fine. Stick him on the DL. I'll call Florial up. Let him play. When you were younger, you called your kid. Okay. That's something. That is something. All right. So, All-Star game. So, Caden Campbell signed. So, let's quickly disable his promotion. And well, I guess he already got a start in. We're going to start him in, I think, high A with those ratings. Yeah, I mean, he's not. I mean, he'd be up in a year, 2 years. Clark. No, why does it do that? Disable his promotion and we'll start him in double A, I think. Promote to double A. All-Star prospects. Did we have anybody up here? We should have. Just Acosta and Elijah Green. That's it, huh? Speaking of Green, how's he doing? He's doing okay. I think we leave him in high A, though. I mean, a sub 100 OPS plus. He's a little bit of power, a little bit of speed. All-Star games, who made the All-Star team for us? John King, as a reliever this year. I think he's made the All-Star team like 3 times. No, he's only made it once. Who made it for us last year? I don't know. What did I want to do? I want to get to the end of July, and then we'll start shifting some people around and maybe calling some people up. So let's get up to the trade deadline and watch us continue to lose. 35 and 60 on the season. Not good. Seth Corey is still hurt. I guess we'll just stick him on the DL. Let him get healthy. We will call up whom? Let's call up Heine. I can't put him on the 40-man freaking game. Doro designates Heine. Call him up. Let's make him let's make him a middle reliever. Make him a middle reliever. Eckness 1-3, 6-1-2. Not good. OPS plus for who? For anybody in particular? Or just in general? Helio Ramos eligible to come off the DL, so we will send Florial back down. Ramo back up. Make sure he's in the lineup. Look at OPS plus for who? For everybody? Okay. We have 2 players that are above average. 2 players. Look at some of these. Oh, God. Look at some of these numbers. D'Onofrio's at 66. Cameron James is at 60. Guzman's at 45. Redder. Oh, that's just awful. That is just awful. Do we have any bats that are doing anything in the minor leagues that might? So Acuna is getting better at second. Florial's not hitting in AAA either. How's Spence doing? Up to a 103 OPS plus. There we go. 1.5 WAR, a little bit of power coming along. Really good OBP. He'll probably finish the season in AA. Clubhouse happiness? I don't know. Chemistry. They're feuding. The club lacks a we have a captain. We have 3 leaders. I don't know why. There's nothing I can do other than these guys getting older to bring in a veteran presence. So hopefully they age quickly and we can have a veteran presence in our lineup. So that's, I guess, to be expected. Joe Adell is suspended. It's going to make our team better. Sure. Maybe this will help. We'll start a charity, and maybe that'll make people happy. All right, so we are at the trade deadline. A lot of stinkers today. You had the misfortune. See, I'm a Patriots fan, Jonathan. So I had the fortune of watching the Panthers play football today. I don't know how you guys managed to keep your sanity with Sam Darnold as your starting quarterback. That I do not get. Yeah, that's something. That is something. All right, so who do we want to call up? Spence is going to stay where he is. Castillo, I think, is going to stay where he is just from a development perspective. His stats look okay. Appleby has been actually pretty good in Double-A, so I think we will call... he's been about as good as Castillo. If you had to guess, missing veterans would be it. Yes, I get that, but I can't bring in veterans. So we just sort of have to let it be, these players will get older eventually. Clark has gotten off to a pretty good start in Double-A. 0-1 in 2 starts. We got Mason Englert. He's 25. Jacob Hasty was an 8th-round pick for us. He's doing quite well. We'll call him up. How's Little doing? Little is much better in high A this year, so it's time for him to come up. Yeah, I guess we'll call Green up. We will call Green up. The numbers look fine. Let him finish the season in Double-A. Your Falcons won today. The Falcons beat the Saints, right? Yeah, they beat the Saints today. Random task. What football game did you go to? You said you went to a football game today. Where did you go? Or who did you go? Where did you go? Who did you see? Caden Campbell has been really good. He's already gotten better. Has already gotten better since we drafted him. So there you go. Another young pitching stud on the way up. Evan Carter's hitting well. We'll call him up. Jackson Cox. He's going to stay where he is. Kimball. He's pitching pretty well. I think we'll call him up. Ian Moeller. We'll leave him where he is. Chase Shores. I'm going to call him up just because his development looks like it's almost done. So you just went to, okay. You said you had the misfortune of going to a football game. I thought you meant you actually were at a football game today. Brady Davis. We'll leave him where he is for now. Grice. Yeah, we got to call him up with that bat. Luke Hefner. He's hitting okay. We'll call him up. Higgins. Leave him where he is. And Perez. Leave him where he is. Corley. We will disable his promotion. Drake Flowers has gotten better already. So there you go. There's one right there. Our 18th round pick in this draft has already spiked. So that works for us. Or I guess that wasn't this year. That was a couple years ago. But still, you got better. I've already forgotten who we drafted this year because it was such a terrible draft. Did he get better? Where did we took him in the 7th round? Yeah, he got a little better. Riley Huge was an 18th round pick. They have him in the bullpen. Yeah, they are. They're ridiculously expensive, and it's an all-day thing. Like, you need to be prepared to spend, 15 hours out of the house if you want to go to a football game. I went to the last Bears game I went to was when the Patriots were in town, and it was an all-day event. It was fun, but it was an all-day event. It was absolutely an all-day event, which is not enjoyable. But I would much rather watch the NFL is the one sport I would rather watch on TV. Now I love college games. I love going to college football games, or at least smaller college games. Like I don't want to go to Michigan Stadium. I don't want to go to South Bend. I don't want to go to a major NFL stadium. But I've seen games at Northwestern. I've been to Western Michigan to see a football game, Ball State, things like that. And some of those, mid-conference schools can be a lot of fun to watch games at those events. So, Carlos Rodon with the Orioles. Yep. All right. So we're terrible. So we need to just sim. 30. So we've won our 40th game. Corey's eligible to come off the DL. Do we really want him? Not particularly. I think this is part of the issue right here is we've got two pitchers who are not pitching well as our setup guys, which is causing us to blow a lot of leads. There we go. Eckness with an ERA under 5. His last 4 starts have been very, very good. 3-3 on the year. 76 strikeouts in 50 innings. Leiter is coming along. It looks like he's had some good starts. He had one bad one, or I guess 2 not great ones, but he's had 3 pretty good starts in his last 5. How's Heine doing? Heine's doing well. 12 strikeouts and 2 walks in 7 1/3 innings. There we go. Sometimes you regret not going to a school that had school that didn't have a football game. But we had a good basketball team, and you didn't go to those either. College football, when you're in college football is, it's an absolute. I mean, I guess it's a blast either way. But, when you're in college, that whole atmosphere of going to a college football game on a Saturday afternoon is just fantastic. I mean, I went to the University of New Hampshire, and, they have at the time, they had a really good, at the time it was Division I AA football team. 17-3. There we go. Ugh. That is not getting it done. Eckness is out for a week. Oh, we're just going to stick him on the DL. I'm not taking any chances with him whatsoever. We will call Corey back up. And let's stick Heine in the rotation. Let's give him a shot in the rotation. They had a good Division I AA program, but even those games, you fit 9,000-10,000 people in those stadiums, and it's a lot of fun. Ohio State was on. Is that where you went, Shreddy? You went to Ohio State? I have a friend who is absolutely obsessed with Ohio State. She went there, and she is like everything Ohio State. Like it's her life, and we make fun of her for it, but it is absolutely her life. Teodo got better, even though his ratings don't show it. Heine. Look at Sean Heine, guys. 5 walks, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits in 6 innings, 1 run. He's 3-0 in 12 games. DeJesus is not having a good year. D'Onofrio. There we go. OPS approaching 800. That's what we like to see. 8 home runs in his short time. Any other prospects doing anything of note? Nope. Austin Hayes, the batter of the month. Michael Baez, the pitcher of the month. And Austin Shenton, the one-time and former Texas Ranger, the rookie of the month in the AL. So we're 48-83. So and again, our offense has been just absolutely atrocious. Our pitching staff has been, all things considered, fine. 6th best starters ERA, 10th best bullpen. We're not very good defensively, and we can't hit the ball. We can't hit the ball at all. Like, this is really, really concerning. Yeah, I mean, we just have to hope that our bats come along here sooner rather than later. They made Appleby a closer. Why did you make him a closer? Why did you do that? I want him as a starter. What is going on here? Make him a starter. I don't want him as a reliever. Castillo's up to 3.5 stars. Kimball's up. Well, they made him a reliever as well. Okay. How's Green doing in AA? Wow, really, really well. So AA is agreeing with him. So he'll start next season in AA, probably finish in AAA. He'll probably be up in 2027, I'm guessing. Christian Little gotten off to a hot start in AA as well. Campbell has been fantastic in high A ball. Where is Brandon Clark? He's been terrific. He's going to be up next season. He will be up next season. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Thank you for following. Yeah, so, I mean, our draft this year, our top few picks are doing pretty well. Caden Grice, drafted in the 9th round in 2023. He's got 37 home runs and hitting almost 300 for us this year. He's going to strike out a crap ton, but, I mean, he's hitting the ball. In fact, hitting the ball to the point where I think it's time for him to get a call-up. It's disabled. We'll let him play up here for the... Actually, I don't know if they have any games left. I don't even know if they have any games left. Zion Bannister looks okay. How's Corley doing? 3 for 8. Yeah, he's not going to play much this year. He's not going to play much this year at all. Yeah, still no real good talent in the international complex, which is a little disappointing. We are going to have more decisions to make on the 40-man, although this year it should be easier. We got some pretty bad players there. All right, well, who do we want to call up? And we'll call Spees up. And I don't think we're going to do anything crazy. I think we're just going to call up Spees and Florial. And let's go. Let's finish this season. 51 and 83. So we won a couple games in a row there. Eckness is eligible to come off the DL. So we will send Spees back down to minors. Bring Eckness back up. Get Eckness back in the rotation for Heine, even though Heine was really good. And let's go. Just looking for growth, right? We're still at that point where it's all about the team's growth and all about the development of those young players. I didn't think we would take quite such a substantial step back. Guzman is tired of playing for this team. Well, I'm tired of you playing for this team, so lucky for you, in about a month, you won't have to do it anymore. Yes, we took we went 74 and 88 last year, so we're going to be about 15 games worse this season. Maybe more if we can't win a game here. We just lost like 10 games in a row. Wow. Okay. That's not good. That was not good at all. That was just a bad month altogether. Chase Shores got better. Christian Little got better. Looks like he's not far off. Clark got a little... hell. Okay. Well, there's the first substantial injury we've suffered to one of our prospects, which is a little upsetting because he was probably ready to be on the big league team next year. But so that one's a little upsetting, but that's okay. Caden Grice continues to hit home runs. He's got 41 home runs this year in the minors. Evan Carter's hitting. Elijah Green continues to do really well in Double-A, which is positive. Clayton Kershaw. No awards for us. So let's just finish the season, take a look at everything, and call it that NL Central looks kind of rough. Oh, man, yeah, it does. Look at that. If we were in the NL Central, we'd be in good shape. Well, no, we'd still be out of first place by like 30 games, but we'd at least be closer. This is our worst season. 59 and 103. Or was this our second worst season? Yeah, it's our second worst season. That's really disappointing. I thought we were going the right direction here, but and maybe we still are. Maybe last year was more of a fluke. I don't know. But we finished 59 and 103. Did the winner in the NL Central, did they 81 and 81. Took the Reds to go 9 and 1 down the stretch to finish with a winning record. So we're going to end up with the second overall pick, maybe the second, maybe the third. I don't know. Either 2 or 3, depending on the Tigers. That sucks. All right. It's still all about the offense and what can we do to improve the offense. D'Onofrio had his ups and downs. 14 home runs in 79 games, 762 OPS, 97 OPS plus was meh. Jung bounced back, sort of. Had his worst season from an OPS and an OPS plus perspective, but set a career high in home runs. Played a very good first base as well, so there's that. Connor Falefa continues to play well, had his best season for us altogether. Jonathan Aranda, still a really... Oh, wow, he was really bad. He was a negative WAR player. How bad was he defensively? Jesus Christ, he was terrible. And that was in 97 games. Oh, shit, he's bad. All right, well, he can't play second base for us anymore. That's just awful. Helio Ramos took a significant step backwards, went from 4.1 WAR to negative WAR. Joe Adell, 69 OPS plus, 652 OPS. He's probably better suited as a backup outfielder. My nose is super itchy. What the hell? My allergies are kicking up here. DeJesus wasn't particularly good, so that Rule 5 pick didn't really work out for us, but, whatever. Some do, some don't. Sam Huff is never going to hit, and our owner's going to be pissed because he wanted us to upgrade a catcher, but we didn't. Josh Eckness, 4-8, 4.91 ERA, put up 2 WAR in 18 starts for us, so... BABIP was super high. ERA plus was a little low, so I think next year he'll be good to go. Jack Leiter finishes 9-16. I'll take it. I mean, again, 3 WAR, fairly high BABIP, gave up a crap ton of hits. Cody Bradford is now 27. I mean, he is what he is, but I mean, his ratings suggest he should be better than that. Too many home runs, maybe. 1.5 home runs per night. Doesn't strike anybody out. Justin Slayton, his first year in the big leagues, I would say was a success. Again, just a lot of hits. Give up a lot of hits, more than a hit per inning. Put up almost 2 WAR, though. So, I mean, we've got some decent talent on our pitching staff, right? I mean, our starting 5 isn't World Series ready, but I mean, it's good. I mean, we have some good pitchers. We have some good bullpen arms. Some of them didn't pitch all that well this year. Like Hernandez took a step backwards. Teodo was really bad given his ratings, so hopefully he bounces back next season. Bueno was pretty good for a second straight year for us. Heine was really good after coming in middle of the season or towards the end of the season. Skep. Thank you for the follow. He was quite good as a reliever. That the stamina means he's probably not going to be anything more than a reliever, but 5 good pitches, really good stuff, good movement. He could be a weapon out of the pen for us. So we have some talent on the pitching side of things. But if we can't figure out the offense, I don't know if this thing is ever going to go anywhere. We're going to need Spence to be ready probably by next season. We're going to need Elijah Green to continue to develop and continue to get better. Someone like Evan Carter might have a role down the stretch. Caden Grice could be our starting first baseman in a year or two if the bat continues to develop. It's going to have to, though. But we don't really have much beyond that. So, we're not in really good shape from an offensive perspective. We're going to have to get it done with our pitching and our defense. And I don't know that our defense is good enough with the players we have or the players we have coming up to get it done. So it's really going to be all about the pitching, I think. So let's just go ahead and let's sim to the end of the playoffs. And then we'll call it an episode or a stream or whatever you want to call it. So the next video will be up probably Wednesday afternoon sometime, depending on when Chris gets to it. This one he'll have posted tomorrow, but then I'll record another one probably Tuesday night in my here, I guess. Get it to him on Wednesday, and he'll post it there. So, all right, so we got a 10. Our shit. All right, well, that sucks. And I'm stupid. That sucks, and I'm stupid. A son of a poop. I guess. Shit. I want someone who favors tools. Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, right. No, that's not good. That's not good at all. Nobody else fits what I want. Damn it. Oh, that was stupid. Yeah, favors ability. He's not bad, but he favors ability. I mean, maybe Brian Bridges, because I don't really care about international. Oh, that sucks. And I think Bridges is the only answer here, right? He highly favors tools. He's outstanding. He's not legendary, but he's outstanding at scouting amateurs and excellent at the minors. So it's a significant step down on both. The alternative is to chalk it up to me being stupid, going into commissioner mode and re-signing him. But I won't do that unless you guys tell me you think it's okay. Because I think the alternative is to sign Bridges. So those are my two options. Because obviously, had I caught the fact that I needed to re-sign him, I would have re-signed him. Oh, damn it. If I re-sign him, it's not. If I sign this guy, it's not going to be to a 5-year contract. I'll sign people to a series of 1-year contracts until I find someone who's like Dalton. Well, that sucks. That sucks. What do I do? I think I just signed Bridges to a 1-year deal. You won't say it's okay. I think we just signed Bridges to a 1-year deal. I think we just do that. Son of a bitch. Ah. Damn it. All right. Start sign. You think it's okay to commish? This save is already challenging enough. Anybody else have any input? Because we got one person saying no and one person saying go ahead and do it. Obviously, I'm looking for justification to do it. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not. I'm waiting for people to tell me it's okay to cheat. Because I don't cheat when I play this, but that decision was made. The decision was made. It was me being stupid, is what it was. Because obviously I would have signed him. You just didn't say. All right, screw it. We're just gonna do it. I don't care. We're just gonna sign Mike Dalton. Doing stuff like that. I hate it. All right. Well, our season's over. We were crap. What's our budget down to? $75 million. Yeah, we're running out of money. And this was my concern, is that we're going to get to a point where we're so bad for so long that we're not going to be able to re-sign Cito, thank you. All right, there we go. we're not going to be able to sign the people that we want to re-sign. So we're going to get so bad that we're not going to have any money to re-sign Eckness or Leiter or any of these players that we want to re-sign. So that's going to be the problem we run into. So we are going to have to, there's going to have to be some winning in our future here. We'll get a full year from Eckness. We'll get a full year from D'Onofrio, which lengthens the lineup a little bit, makes the rotation much better. Spence, depending on his development, he could be in the majors as early as the start of next season. And then we'll just have to see what happens from there. I'm not feeling great about this right now just because of the lack of offensive talent we have. And you simply you should change your stream man to Altuve the world. Shut up. It doesn't matter how good the pitching is. If the offense is this bad, it's not going to matter. So I'm just concerned that we're never going to be able to find that balance between the pitching and hitting. I mean, we'll see. But I think that's going to be it. I think that's going to do it for tonight's stream, guys. I appreciate those of you. No Dark Star. I don't want to buy followers. Get lost. I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to be a streamer who's done that. So now I've had the opportunity to do it. So next video will be out Wednesday. So we'll see how next year goes. The next stream will be next Sunday night. Those of you who are here every week, thanks for continuing to be here. Those of you who are first-timers and were chatting, good to talk to you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Those of you who are coming to just get drops, I appreciate you coming and hanging out as well. I think that's going to do it for tonight, guys. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see everybody next week. See ya. Bye.